welcome to another episode of the Biz SNAP Show, where we showcase small businesses, their business owners, the work that they do, the clients they serve, and the impact that they have on the world. So they thrive today, tomorrow, and in the future. And I'm so excited to introduce our guest for today, Darlene de la Plata. How are you, Darlene?
I am just fabulous. Thank you, Bernadette.
Oh, you are so welcome. I tend to use these interviews as an opportunity to showcase you and who you are beyond even the workplace. So if you could you share with us a little bit about Darlene?
Okay. So, I woke up one day and I didn't know who I was. And so that started me on a big transformational journey. So technically, I'm a mom of 4 grown kids. I've got 2 grandkids. I'm a 𝐤𝐤𝐤. That's my grandma name. I'm a cat rescuer and a book collector. I've got all kinds of, those aren't hoarding if you collect cats and books, right? So, and I just really, after 3 marriages and some failed attempts at success, I woke up one day and I thought, I really don't like where I'm at. And if I'm going to change it, I'm going to roll up my sleeves and I'm going to start here. So I started with me, because sometimes all you can change is yourself.
Right. That's awesome. Now, I noticed, and we were just talking about it before we came on, that you're also out of the Georgia area.
Yes.
And I'm in Atlanta, as everyone knows. So how far away are you in Lawrenceville? How far is that from the city?
So I'm about a 30-minute drive, depending on what part of the city that you're in. I'm either straight up 85 by the Mall of Georgia or up 316 by Georgia Gwinnett College.
Right. And yet, at the same time, you serve clients probably everywhere?
Yeah, I do have a global practice. And so that's the beauty of Zoom. When the shutdown started, the idea of doing Zoom, it just made me nauseous. I thought, I only like meeting with people face to face or, in large groups. And it gave me the opportunity to kind of overcome that. It was very outside my comfort zone. And now, it's like everybody else. You got to make sure you're wearing pants and you just get on there and you just do it. So
I only care about the fact that I wear lipstick.
I've worn lipstick since I was 10. Right. So.
After that, everything goes out the window. Right. Everything goes out the window. Well, tell us about your business. I know you're a transformational life strategist, but tell us about your business.
So what I do is I based it really on what I did with my own life. I noticed that a big portion of my life was spent working for people I didn't like, in jobs that I really didn't care about, commuting these ridiculous hours, sometimes 2 hours each way, paying for a car that I was destroying and for a house that I never got to spend any time with, and paying other people to raise my kids. It was just a picture of the life that I did not want. And so I started looking at how it was taking a toll on my health, and how at the end of the day, I didn't really have anything financially to show for it. And so I decided to start shifting that. And so I've really become a master observer of people. So when I have a conversation with them, I can tell emotionally, I help them find the emotional and spiritual blocks to why they're not where they want to be. And that can look like a million different scenarios, but I work a lot with the power of words and how you create your life. And it's not a cheesy, simple statement. It has real impact and real power. And people don't know what they don't know, right? So they are caught up in saying the same things all the time, and then it's really affecting them. So that's just a small part of it. So
let me ask you a question regarding that, though, Darlene, so everyone understands. So when you say what they're saying, you're even talking about what they're saying to themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
And the impact that those powerful words are having on whatever it is and wherever it is that they are in their life.
That's true. And so what I find, as women, especially women of this, this new generation, we're very upfront with what we want and what we expect from people. But we talk to ourselves in ways that we would never allow anybody else to talk to us, right? Oh, why did you do that? You're so stupid. Why can't you ever do anything right? Oh, you're too fat. You're too thin. You're too tall. You're too short. You're too ugly. Whatever it is that we just rip on ourselves in ways, like I said, that we would never allow other people to talk to us. And that kind of sets a defining foundation. And so vibrationally, my practice really started as a vibrational medicine practice when I started getting into the power of words and frequencies and how that really affects our health. And detrimental words lower your frequency, which invite in disease and despair and depression and all sorts of other things. And so we got enough coming at us out there in this crazy world that we're in. We don't need to perpetuate that with our own mouth, right?
Isn't that the truth?
So.
Okay, so would you describe your practice as a coaching practice? And if so, what exactly does that look like to someone who would work with you?
So it is a coaching practice. And so about 8 years ago, I also brought in the financial part of what I do because I got tired of seeing people that were coming to see me with health issues go bankrupt when they got sick. And so I found a way to holistically intertwine the two of them. And so basically, while I can work with all sorts of people, but my basket of clients tends to be midlife women who wake up and they don't like where they're at physically, and they don't like where they're at financially. And they think it's too hard, so they're just going to wait till later. And I just show how there's just simple steps that they can do, even if and it's a come as you are party, right? It's the people who clean their house before the maid comes over. You don't need to get your act together before you hire a coach, right? You need to come as you are, warts and all, and sit down. And if you're only willing to do one baby step a month, then great. You've made 12 big changes in a year. If you're willing to do once a week, then you can magnify that effect. So it's just wherever you want to begin.
And so you mentioned Zoom. So can I assume that these are coaching sessions? Are they one-on-one or is it group? Is it both? What is
I do both. And so typically somebody might start with a group class, but just to find out who I am and what I'm about. And if they, nobody's a fit for everyone, right? And so if we click and if it's a go and they want to do a little deeper dive, then we can definitely do a one-on-one, or I might get a referral from someone who's experiencing a health challenge or some kind of concern, and I can help them get to the bottom of that using, energy tools and, scalar medicine devices and things like that. So.
Okay. So you have a lot of tools in that basket.
I have a lot of tools in my toolbox, right? So.
Yeah. Okay. And they go across different modalities and different areas.
So on the health end of it, I really focus on anything that's vibrational. So whether that's recommending color and light and sound and frequency devices, even food has an energy, right? So I'm not an all or nothing kind of girl. We live in the real world and we're going to eat pizza sometimes and we're going to drink a beer or have a glass of wine. It's not, it can't be all water, fasting and prayer, although there's a place for that, right? So I just want to find out where they are vibrationally to help shift them physically. And then we do the same thing in their finances. For instance, people don't realize that money's just an energy. And is it really about the money or is it about the feeling you're going to get when you have the money? And if money were a person, would it want to hang out with you? How do you talk about money? You don't want to hang out with people who talk bad about you. Well, money's the same way. It doesn't want to be anywhere near you if you don't have a good relationship or a good idea of who it is. So
I love that analogy. I mean, I'm very visual.
Right.
And so that created an immediate visual for me. I absolutely love that. Look at it as if it's somebody you would.
Yeah, you got to personify it. And because some people, money's the boogeyman, money's the big scary taskmaster, is money a lover that's courting you and bringing you flowers and doing fabulous things for you, right? So that's the money you want to hang out with. How do you cultivate that relationship?
Yeah, very cool. And are people coming to you Are people coming to you kind of with a one-off or with a specific situation, or do they want to kind of look at everything and therefore have a longer term relationship with you?
So I would say occasionally there's something that maybe somebody passing through town that hears about something that I'm doing, through a friend that lives here. And that might be a one and done, but they tend to circle back around. I tend to create relationships that are friendships with people. We do have a definite client coach connection. But outside of that, here's the thing. After working as a corporate hostage for people that I had no respect for and didn't even like, I make it a point to work with people that I like, right? So when I'm saying I'm not a fit for everybody, not everybody's going to love me. And I might not be willing to work with somebody who is not willing to do any work, and they just are used to a ___ idea, they want you to do something for them one time and make them all better when it took them a lifetime to get where they're at. So I don't want to work with that person. So, and I feel free not to do that. So
I love that. Is everyone listening to that? That's the type of knowing that that we all need to have as business owners. That's awesome. So you already described your niche of a client, midlife woman dealing, with money issues, or finally waking up to the fact that they aren't really happy where they are with their money, with their career, with their life.
Right.
Are there any uniquenesses about that individual? If someone's listening or watching and kind of like, ooh, that's me.
They've tried a lot of other things. This isn't their first time out of the gate, right? They think they can't do it. They've been told it's too hard. They don't feel like they have the right kind of map, because it really all you need is a good map and a Sherpa to guide you through the Andes, and you can get to wherever you want to go.
Right.
So and not everybody's willing to do it the same way, and I think that comes I started my business in 1987. And
wow.
So I was way before the internet and all of that, and I have created something that isn't a one size fits all for, there's people, I work with people who don't know how to use a computer. So we have to get real creative on how we're going to work together. Right. And then I work with other people that just want to be, an app on their phone, and they don't even want to talk. And we have to get past that, right? They want to do everything in a text. And I don't like to do that. So, and in a perfect world, I'm sitting with people face to face, because I can really get a feel for where they're at from body language. But Zoom is helpful. You can get past some of that.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And what would you say is the outcome they get from working with you? What is that thing that you provide them that kind of makes it valuable working with you?
I'd say there's two things. If when it comes to their health, for instance, if they are dealing with some kind of a thing that they don't know how to fix, then I'm gonna say I offer them hope, and which allows in limitless possibilities, right? They have to be willing to play make-believe, and we're going to put on our make-believe hat. What if this was possible? And then we can create hope. And then in the financial side of it, can create confidence, because women notoriously don't have any confidence when it comes to their money. They're giving all their power away to people to manage it for them. And nobody cares more about your money, your hard-earned money, than you do.
Right.
And learning how to have the confidence that you're making the decisions that can pay off in the end. Because let me tell you, women are waking up every day and realizing that their retirement plan is to work until they drop dead. And that's not a plan, right? So if they want to be in control of that, and not have to marry to get that, because there's a lot of women that are in that situation, then they have to learn how the little tricks, the little things. And so I give them confidence for their finances, so they can not feel like they have to give into something else that they don't want.
Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. Now, I've been sharing your phone number, and I've been sharing your website, The Herb Mom. Is there anything that you would want to share with our listeners and viewers in regards to just a tip you might have? And then is there any other contact or ways for them to engage with you?
So I would say, I mean, as far as tips go, always live in the realm of possibility, right? So especially if you think there's something that you can't do, just if I learned this from Mel Robbins, right? The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, where you can talk yourself forward into any situation. So since in the last couple of years, I've written 4 books. I didn't think I could write a book, right? So I wrote 4 books. I've been on podcasts. I traveled a few years ago to the Amazon and stayed with the natives in the Amazon jungle. And I just step outside my comfort zone constantly. And I say, when you do that, then that just kind of elevates you to the next thing where you feel like you can do anything. So we limit ourselves. The only reason we don't have what we want is because we've made up a story right here about why we can't have it. And so if you're willing to play make-believe with any situation, I don't care what it is, a relationship, a job, a creative endeavor, you can have whatever you want. The problem is we can have whatever we say, but instead we're saying what we have. There's a big difference there.
Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that. And is there other ways that people can get a hold of you, or is it based on call her at that number or reach out to her?
You can call or text me at that number. I mean, really, I'm very grassroots organic, honestly. If you want to work with me or you're a little fascinated by what I do, you can go look at my website, theyourmom.com. From there, you can book a virtual coffee. I only book 2 or 3 weeks out. So right now during the holidays might be a little trickier. It's easier just to pick up the phone. And then we can set a Calendly and we can, see if we're a fit. Oh, and I can plug you into a calendar that has upcoming events and things I'm taking part in. I mean, I do a lot of really fun stuff. If that's one thing that people say to me, they're like, you have so much fun and you're always doing something so creative. I wish I could do that. And I'm like, you can do that. You can just wake up one day and decide, okay, I'm going to live my life in a creative, fun way and just start making decisions that back that up.
Absolutely. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, Darlene. This has been
very welcome.
I appreciate you participating and us being able to introduce you to our community. Good luck in everything that you're doing. And thank you so much for being part of the program.
You're very welcome.
All right. So that was another episode of the Biz SNAP Show. Excuse me. And for everyone here, if you are a small business owner and would love to have your own showcase in a 15-minute Snap interview, then please reach out to us at mediarelations@balloffiremedia.com. And until next time, this is Bernadette Boas with Ball of Fire Coaching, and I will see you soon. Take care, everybody.